Hello, and welcome to my playground. This is the Mad Chemist Church, or Church McGurch, depending on where you know me from, and welcome to Madman Review. Today I'll be doing another Metroidvania style game with my controller. And this is Shantae and the Seven Sirens. This is one of the many Shantae games. It's one of the, I believe it's the newest one, and it's a PC port. As you can see, I was only at like 94% done, because there's a lot of little things in this game. One of them being, I had done this already, and I'd gotten my last heart container, but apparently I didn't save, so I had to go back and I'd find the last couple missing heart squids. And redo all that stuff. Spa, heal you, and like every area has different has music to it. So saving is key because this game has no autosave. It's literally if you do 3 hours worth of stuff and you lose it, you lose it. Or something happens and you lose it all, you lose it all. So save. So this game boasts a pretty wide selection of items. As you can see, I've pretty much bought everything I can. She attacks, obviously, with her hair. So if you're familiar with the Shantae games, she dances. Depending on the dance, depends on what effect you do. So let's go back here. She also gets different abilities, like you can see if you double jump, before she turns into an animal. She's a new octopus, turtle. That's changing the magic. Tortoise, and then if you go into like a digging area, she turns into like this little drill. This little drill creature, drill mole thing. So this is the main start area, where kind of the story focuses around. You can see I've beaten it all. I'm on the final stage. This is another one of those games that when you beat it, there's no saving at the end. It literally just sends you back. I got a skin that unlocked. That's kind of like the last area. She's dressed like all that stuff in the last area. These are the different items. You can see I'm missing some item somewhere. All the different relics. I don't understand why I can like switch between the tiers, but it gives you the option to like switch between the tiers. Key items, I'm missing, I think like 6. I think you need 9. I have all the infusions, all the dances, foods and potions are basically just as they are. You drink it real quick. Map, you can see I've completed the map. I have every direction, every little extra secret area has been found. Cards, that's another thing. I'm one of 3. You need 3 before you can activate it, and you can only have 3 at a time. And there's just some enemies that I haven't beaten yet, or I haven't gotten their card for. And honestly, this is one of those games where I don't get that feeling like I necessarily need to 100% it. This one takes the golden nuggets, and it's one of the 7 sirens. As you can see, starts with the water lily, and it's just all the different sirens, and of course they each give you something like get reduced prices at any item shop, which is funny because you can't really get this one until near the end, and money's not that hard to get. But you can equip 3 of them, and they all do different things. Like Hair Whip Plus, deal more damage, refreshing, and then magic regen. You can see the green bar is my magic. And then the item in there that I can rotate between is what magic I cast. So this guy gives me, when I do the refresh dance, I heal for more. And this siren gives me cats. This one gives me magic regen so that I'm not just sitting there over time. Cool little fun thing you could do while here. So while holding the button down, you see which dance you want to do. If I hit the healing dance, it'll turn the undead back into humans. She's one of the undead friends of Shantae, and you can see her actual human form before she became a zombie for a brief second. And then she goes back to Roddy Tops. All the different Sirens, all her different friends that she normally has in all the games. I've only played like 2 of these, this one being one of those 2. But combat and everything is pretty much the same, like any Metroidvania. Run side to side, find an enemy, hit it. Different areas do different things. Press, do some magic, bouncy ball, double jump, splash. Forget, I think each heart is 4 hit points. There's different things, like this guy I use the electric dance on. You can do that, which if you look at the map, you can see. Then there's this dance here at the bottom that looks like a mountain. She pops up, boom, and then you can cause like, it does damage to everything, and will cause like statues or if there's hidden items in the ground or breakable things. And you see that, and that tells me that I can use the reveal dance and it'll reveal things. So now for a limited amount of time, I can use that platform instead of having to double jump. Alright, Eagle Bomber card ×2. I can now use the Eagle Bomber. The boomerang does more damage than before. Not too exciting. Kind of another reason why I didn't really fight to get all the cards. This doesn't feel like a game where you would need to get all the cards to beat it or even really care. Because you can only have 3 at a time, and I pretty much have the 3 I want. That make this game pretty enjoyable. Because this is your main weapon. The magic is okay. It's not like super great. I'd rather use her dances instead to do damage, like the lightning will do lightning damage. And certain dances will hurt certain enemies, and others won't do anything. There's certain enemies that'll be happy when you hit them with certain things, and which will completely change what they do. There's 3 main towns. You see the one is the forest, this is the main area, and then there is the like armor metal blacksmith area. I'll get to it in a second here. So this is another area. This guy will buy your extra cards, because once you can still get cards even after you're done. It's the blacksmith. Another shop. Each one of these shops has different things you can buy, like ability-wise. I believe this guy had the HP saver. And I believe he also has Super Bowl. So, this game was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was a good platformer, good Castlevania-esque game where you kind of have different powers, different things. You have to go around and destroy different enemies. You get their cards, kind of like in the Castlevania sense. There's different little side quests, the normal quest, different fun things to explore. Every area has its own unique music, so it's not like you're just running through getting the same music every time. You find, like, go to this area here. Rooms and areas all have different kinds of music. Enemies do all kinds of different things. There's a dungeon right there, as you can see. The skulls are dungeons. The blue stars are teleport rooms. There's these guys, you have to like stun them before you can kill them. There's a shootout. I was saying, these guys are really unaffected by a lot of things, but if I do this, it's an auto kill. purple blocks you can destroy, and usually there's something hidden. See these sparklies, get it, get some money, get some health, get some magic. The electric one will like light lights, so like this area was dark. And then enemies just come back every time. I'm not very good at these games. I'm glad I have a heal. But then this all takes you back to the final dungeon, which if I teleport here, take me back to this area. This will take me to the beginning, this will take me to the end. Let's go to the end. There's the final boss fight. Each dungeon at the end has a boss fight. Look, big fancy door, and then you can kind of see this is the final area. You weave through in all the different save points. So I'm going to save here. I have it save twice. Go pause. Quit, yes. And you get this, which is, for some reason on launch, is super loud. And then you have... so I was playing on the definitive mode. Definitive mode is basically the classic mode, but it's enhanced, and they added some extra areas. Well, some different things, but if you go to like new game, you can pick definitive mode. Like I said, this is what I picked. Rebalanced for greater challenge, because the basic game was actually pretty easy. Includes additional content and map features. So, quality of life stuff. Full deck. Definitive mode with a twist, start your adventure with all monster cards unlocked. Rule breaker mode, definitive mode without limits, equipped up to 50 monster cards at once, so all of them. Beginner mode, basically creative mode, you just can't lose, you just have fun. And legacy mode, you can play it like the original game that came back out in I think 2019? Yes, 2019, it's right there. When you start the mode like this is also when you can select, so let's do Rule Breaker mode. This is when you're going to get to select the other costume. So normally this is how she starts out, her iconic look. This is the one you unlock for beating the game. More magic, but less defense. So basically, gives you a bigger magic bar, which honestly, I use the magic for the dances more than anything, but less defense. That's a pretty good trade-off because I get hit a lot. So we're going to say no to that. We're going to go back. The other thing is the extras. You can see the win screens. So this is for just completing the game with any percentage at any speed. There's a high speed. I'm not exactly sure how you get that. Extremely high speed. Not sure how you get that. And then complete the game wearing the hula, so you'd have to start over wearing that. But you click on it. Get a pretty nice scene. Movie viewer can show you all the sequences for every boss, for every little thing you've done. As I've beaten the game, you can see. And then just credits, obviously credits. So this is going to be a pretty short one, as most of these Castlevania-esque Metroidvania games are. Yeah, they're all pretty short, unfortunately. There's not a lot to show because I don't record myself while playing, because I don't believe in that. I do not believe in recording myself playing and showing you clips of me playing. If I'm going to record myself playing, I'm going to do it in a live stream. I'm going to do it so you guys can see me as I'm playing through and through, not just cutting. Like, it'd actually be pretty funny if you were watching me do the stupid thing, because there's a little mini game. And to get one of the heart squids, you can't miss 10 times in a row. You gotta hit every single one. So, and that one I was getting pretty frustrated at that, because I was just like, oh, it's one off. But that was like one of the ones I was missing, because I couldn't figure out how to get it. But other than that, this game was a lot of fun. I think I put about 10 hours into it, so not bad for a platformer that's actually really short. I was actually kind of surprised how short it was, but it's a one-off in the middle of a series of games that honestly, if I could find like a bundle or something that had like all of these games, I probably would pick it up and play through all of them, just because this was actually a lot of fun, and I like the whole she's a half genie, and she has magic, and her basic thing is she can turn into other creatures. Like in the other games, she turns into cats, rats, as you saw in the one she poofed and she was a rat. And in this one, you saw she was a nude, octopus, turtle, sea creatures, basically. And then this like weird creature doesn't exist that has a drill on its head that she drills around with. But that's how like you need those powers and those dances. Also, she's a genie. You know what that entails. So she has her dances from all the other half genies that do things. Um, so yeah, very much reminds me of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. No familiar, but eh, they all can't be that gold like Symphony of the Night. So I believe that's where I'm going to end this one. It's not too long. I hope you enjoyed just kind of seeing some of the areas. There's a lot more to explore. There's a lot of fun stuff. There's a lot of hidden things here and there. That was a lot of fun. But I want people to experience that for themselves. I don't want them to see me and then have to go through it and be like, oh, that's where it was. But let me know if you've played this game. Let me know if you've played this series. If you've someone who's played it through the years. I know I've seen it pop up multiple times through my entire times of playing games and stuff through the years, but I never kind of was like, eh. I was always kind of just brushed it off because I'm like, I'd rather play this game or I'd rather play that game. But now I'm kind of regretting it because this was actually a really fun game. So I'm excited to see. I'm going to check it out on Steam and see if I can find the earlier ones if they have them on there. If not, I might pick them up for their original consoles or whatever they came out on. See if they're not ungodly, like $50 for a cartridge. But then again, that's the way things are going nowadays. Physical media is prime. Physical media is key. They can't take your physical media away or change it into something that it isn't. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if you've played the series. And just let me know. Anything helps. Watch it all the way through, even if it's on mute. It helps get this out to people. As I've always said, these are for friends and family, just so I can just say, like, hey, I put the video out. You can go watch it, see what I've been playing. If you like it, get it yourself. But I want this to be for everyone, so that they can kind of check it out and just be like, oh yeah, I think I'll drop the $5-10 on it. Because yes, this is a game I probably would have dropped $10-15 on, even $10-15, 20 even, for a 10-hour game that actually I really enjoyed. Not just for the combat, or other reasons. But again, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Time is money, as our little green friends say. And as I say, you be you, you stay you, and most importantly, adventure on.